What I enjoy the most is producing. I love to produce. I love to be on hands. I've learned to be an engineer. I do all my own sound recording. I do all my own mastering. I play on a lot of my productions. And indeed right now I edit all of my productions when it comes to video productions. It's because I think I'm a true producer and I enjoy producing. And this stemmed from when I started working in studios. I just was in awe of the sound that would come out of what we would be producing. And then I naturally just fit into being able to make the right decisions and learn the right mixes. And then I actually evolved from a musician into a producer and into a record producer eventually, but I am a true producer. Mixing that production background and love with medical knowledge makes me an ideal person to be a health communications producer. And I think I'm one of the only ones in North America for sure. Realizing that I had both medical knowledge, medical experience academically, clinically, and also my love for and experience in music and music production and video production, I thought it was natural to be able to combine the two to create health communications. I think it's quite timely because right now we're looking at the need for creation and development of health communication material through this new multimedia and telecommunications technology explosion that we're witnessing. And my vision is to be able to disseminate health communication, in other words, health information or health informational content in any medium that is in today's era and for the future. In terms of health communications, there are two audiences, basically. Number one are the patients themselves, and on the other hand, we have the health professionals. I have experience in both. In terms of patients, my Dr.Paul vision is strictly patient-oriented, parent-oriented, and I have produced hundreds of thousands of videos and audio cassettes that have been distributed to the public across Canada, specifically to the public. On the other hand, I also am equally at ease in producing and or lecturing in front of physicians in training, physicians in practice, undergraduate students, residents, etc., and this in a variety of media as well. And I'm very comfortable with teaching, again, the two audiences. Just to summarize, the public and physicians in training. The face of healthcare has been changing over the last 10 years, and that's been driven by two forces. The first force is an economic one. Basically, it is more economically feasible to treat a patient at home and not to have him or her hospitalized. So all the home care programs, ambulatory care programs, self-care programs are now being built and developed to support this. There's an aging population that's going to need increasing healthcare in the future, and this is being done in preparation for that. The other driving force to that, of course, is that at home is more comfortable. Family is there, support is there, and there's a social reason for that. And that's very important in understanding the dynamics of health communications and my vision of it, of how it fits in. The second important change that we're witnessing right now is that the healthcare consumer himself is changing. He's becoming more sophisticated. He wants more information. He wants more information now. Very often he comes to the physician today with the information. And that is incumbent then on us as physicians to be able to be educated and preempt those and understand where the patients are coming from. That leads into another issue, which is the dissemination of information. And there's been a change in the telecommunications systems that we have today. Communications will never be the same. The advent of the internet, the convergence of different media. For example, in 10 years, your television, your telephone will be the same. There will be a video camera on your TV. You'll be able to go back and forth. Your phone conferences will all be video conferences. You'll be able to log on servers for TVs, download anything you'd like instantaneously. And your TV will be your computer, will be your communication center, it will also be your entertainment center. It will replace everything else. And that's something that we're looking at, and that is going to provide two opportunities. Number one, a lot of people are going to be getting involved in creating different hardware or different channels of distribution using this technology, and they're not going to have any content, and especially healthcare content. And that's one of the driving forces of what I'm doing. And the other one is that it will drive the delivery of healthcare information and healthcare over those new techniques, like the birth of telemedicine, telehealth, health education on the net, health education via satellite. And these are that's the groundwork for what I call the development of the field of health communications. Indeed, the future of healthcare is in communications. In other words, we have to look at the realities of the changing face of ambulatory care, the changing face of the healthcare consumer, and the challenge that is given to us by this new telecommunications changes. And we must react to that by being able to modulate and change the way we practice medicine and implement within the medical structure these technologies based on the understanding of these changes. And this is where the concept of health communications becoming a discipline of medicine has been born. And that is my vision. The term multi-format health communications is based on my belief that health communications or health content is at the core of what I call the health communications wheel. Basically, the wheel has the content, and the content can be educational, informational, diagnostic, and therapeutic in nature. And the spokes of the wheel are the different modes of dissemination of this communication. For example, traditionally we have lecture, one-on-one, slide kits, etc. We have books as another mode of dissemination, print, etc. We have TV, we have audio, we now have video, we now have internet, we now have satellite. A lot of these are merging and converging. You have multimedia, etc. But nevertheless, these are the spokes to what I call the health communications wheel. And this is the vision of multi-format health communications. In other words, what you're doing is you're creating, you're developing, you're packaging, and then you're disseminating health information content via various media formats. The Dr. Paul Child Health and Wellness Information Project was born out of my vision of health communications today, mixed in with my medical background and my production background. It's a culmination of all my efforts and all my beliefs, and it basically is the following. It is an effort to disseminate on a worldwide basis, on any and all media formats, practical, comforting, caring, reliable child health and wellness information to parents and other child caretakers. And this is the premise of my vision. Basically, I want to get involved in any and all media formats that are being utilized today, and I recognize that I'm too advanced for some technology, for some areas, and appropriately advanced for others. However, the spectrum on which I'll be producing this material will allow me to be accessible to any and all regions around the world. If there's no internet, read a book. If there's no video, here's the audio, etc. And that's the premise of what I'm doing. And I believe that that is a virtue that helps me in being able to shape the scope of my vision in terms of packaging and disseminating health information. And that aspect is very important, and that is an aspect that I urge a lot of my colleagues to get involved in. I don't think they can get involved in as deeply as I have, but I certainly urge health professionals themselves to take control of the dissemination process of communications and education and health. Realizing that I had both medical knowledge, medical experience academically, clinically, and also my love for and experience in music and music production and video production, I thought it was natural to be able to combine the two to create health communications. I think it's quite timely because right now we're looking at the need for creation and development of health communication material through this new multimedia and telecommunications technology explosion that we're witnessing. And my vision is to be able to disseminate health communication, in other words, health information or health informational content in any medium that is in today's era and for the future.